Hey guys, before this video gets officially started, I just want to say thank you to all the continued support, all the new subscribers, all the views on my videos lately. It's been going really well and I really do appreciate it. If you want to check out the description, I have links to my social media accounts like my Twitch where I've been streaming a lot lately. If you want to come check me out there, I also have a link to my Discord where you can come and chat, meet some of my personal friends, and we can have a good time. So let's get right into the video.
How's it going, everybody? Josh here, Styes Cards once again, and today I was able to hit my little goal of getting to Platinum 1. It wasn't that hard. If you know what you're doing, it's a very easy way to get there, but I wanted to go over what deck I played. I think I had a fun time doing it. If you have the icons of the rollerblades, that is the easiest way to get to Plat 1. The rollerblades add so much good luck, so remember the rollerblades. But yeah, I got the Plat 1. And the deck I did it was maybe one of the best decks in the game. Maybe not the best, but in my opinion, it was one of the best decks in the game. We're going to look at the deck. It is a deck called True Draco. If you don't know what True Draco is, it's a very annoying deck that's been around in the TCG for a while. But in this OCG format, it is so much easier to play this deck. Card Atomizes at 3. This is one of the best cards. Draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Also for the rest of the turn, your opponent takes no damage. During the end phase, discard your entire hand. Very easy to draw your trap cards and set them. So, we're going to look at the deck. I played 2 Maiden, 3 Igniseat, and then I played 2 Dynamite Knight. Everybody kind of is just under the assumption that Dynamite Knight is the best True Draco monster, but in my opinion, it is Igniseat. The spells are so important to keep going with the deck. You need the spells to be able to draw cards. And while Dynamite is very important to get your trap cards so you can tribute on your opponent's turn, there's just so many really strong trap cards already to where you might need a spell like playing into a board with Igniseat. So that is why I chose this ratio. And I don't play any cards like Inspector Border. I really just wanted to only summon True Draco monsters. No real reason other than I think that the deck already has enough monsters. You never really get screwed without seeing any monsters. You play like your terraforming and your other cards to just dig a little deeper. So I think those are very important. So then onto the spells. I play the terraforming to search out our Draconic Diagram. 3 card Atomize, of course. And then just 2 Pot of Duality. Just another little extra boost to be able to go through our deck a little deeper. If anything, it could play 3 Duality, but for some reason I only chose 2. Uh, Draconic Diagram, of course. Pop a card, search a True Draco card. Very important card in this deck. And then Kaiser Coliseum, the card that is at 3 in this game, that is banned in the TCG. Uh, Kaiser says your opponent can only have as many monsters as you do. So in a deck where it's tribute 1 monster and then set 4, Kaiser Coliseum is pretty good. So yeah, and this is not a fun deck for your opponent to play against, which is one of the reasons why I like it so much. It's like a win-win-win deck. You really don't have too many interactions, but when you do, it's very it's like a pretty difficult deck when you actually have to play through stuff. So 2 Kaiser, uh, 3 Heritage to draw, 3 Disciples to draw, and of course we attribute. And if you don't know, when the spells are sent to the graveyard, you get to pop a spell trap on the field. When the traps are sent to the graveyard, you get to pop a monster. So, pretty good cards right there. And that is it for the spells. Onto the traps. 2 Solemn Judgment, because I didn't want to make a third. This is like a little budget version of the deck. There's not too much going on in here. But I didn't want to make a third, and this card is kind of very important just because of everybody having a Lightning Storm and probably just having a Feather Duster too. You really just need to protect your cards, and plus this card just blows out some people that are really committing all their cards to one thing. Next to Rivalry. I really don't like Rivalry that much, but I needed to play something. It's pretty good against the Tri-Brigade deck. It's not that good against... it's somewhat decent against the Bird deck. Against most decks, it's very fine. When it's good, it's really good, and when it's bad, it's absolutely awful. 1 Vanities, because this is a normal summon deck, and Vanity's Emptiness is a banned card in the TCG, and this card says neither player can special summon. So, I play 1 Vanity's Emptiness. And then 3 Monarch's Erupt. It's a common, which is very budget, and it's just a skill drain for non-tribute summon monsters. So I really like this card of the skill drain because I feel like I need to be able to search with my dudes. So this card just leaves them safe. And then 3 Fogblade, because like I said, this is a budget version of this deck, and I really like Fogblade. It's a continuous trap, so if I ever need to turn it off, I can tribute summon over it. They can't attack, plus their effect is negated. I think it's a pretty good card, especially playing on a budget. As we can see, I have a decent amount of the the crafting materials up top, but I didn't want to spend too much on just making my True Draco deck when I knew I could get to the highest rank without doing that. And then just 3. This one Reborn, this one Halves and Pops. Just halves your opponent's monsters, pop one and sent to the grave. And then I pulled one Crackdown, so I played one Crackdown. And yeah, there's no extra deck because this card says you have to have no extra deck while you have it. So, yeah, you could play an extra deck. You play like 1 or 2 cards in case you really need them. But I think Skill Drain's a pretty good card, and I think it's even better when it doesn't affect my monsters. But this is a deck that like I said, I hit Plat 1, and I am playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ultra Rares, which doesn't seem like anything. Like, that's 150 like of the Ultra Crafting Gems. That's basically nothing. And then just everything else is just like rares and like super rares. And also commons. Like, definitely like rares take up most of this deck, but you get so many rare wild cards, and there's just so many bad rares to disenchant. You should be able to get through it pretty quickly. And this is also just like, this deck is not optimized whatsoever. I would like to be playing strikes, maybe another judgment, but there are just cheaper alternatives to playing like some of these ultra rare cards and even the super rare cards. I mean, Pot of Desires, it's either you pull it like randomly or you have to craft it, but you could play Pot of Desires. I think I said Desires. I meant Duality at first, so you could play Duality, or you could just like pull a Desires from like the pack that's like super easy to pull it. So you do not have to play like the things that I'm playing. You can play less numbers, you can play more. But there is really just like a ton of things that you can change about this deck. You can play trap cards that you want to see more of. You could play like Ice Dragon's Prison, Rivalry goes in. I already do play Rivalry, but goes in's another one. And yeah, for other monsters, I guess you could play like cards like Fossil Dyna if you really wanted to play Fossil Dyna, and then Inspector Border, just to give you that like additional normal summon monster. And plus you can also play like 3 Maiden or 3 Dynamite Knight. There's really no set way to play this deck. You kind of just play the same like 11 cards, I feel like. Well, probably more. We got 3 trap, 3. Probably play like the same 20 cards in the basic core of the deck, and then the other cards are just like whatever you have access to or what you really do want to play. So yeah, True Draco's always been one of my favorite decks, so that's why I decided to like really play it like all the way to Plat. This was like the only card or deck that I played to rank up. I was actually very happy that I was able to make it. Hopefully, in not too long of a time, we will get more rankings, so an achievement can actually feel like an achievement, like hitting like something like King of Games. But yeah, this was a really short video. I just kind of wanted to show off the deck that I hit Plat 1 with. Just another way to post another video, get some more content out there. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video, this little fireside chat with Josh. Have a good one.